This week in gaming and tech news, we've got Assassin's Creed Invictus playtests not going well. We've got more on Asher Sharma announcing a leadership reshuffle, and they're no longer developing Copilot for consoles. We've also got Bank of America wanting game prices to be more expensive. So let's get into it. But first, I may be a little bit cheeky and ask if you like this content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And I just want to make better and better content. And if you hate me, you can always unsubscribe. Let's get into it. The first story is just a rumour, and it is from a Reddit page, but it's to do with Assassin's Creed Invictus playtests. And apparently they're really awful. But the game is supposed to come in 2026. But there's a good chance it's going to get delayed, or it could even get cancelled. And it's apparently like a Fall Guys type multiplayer game, and it's led by the For Honor devs. This game does just sound like a mess. Like, what does a Fall Guys Assassin's Creed game even mean? I don't know, I guess it might be like a parkour obstacle course game, probably like Ninja Warrior or something. I have no clue, guys, but I might just be waffling. Now everyone's so hyped for Black Flag Resynced, and they're like, this is a Ubisoft time, just be consistent. And then if they do something like this could just ruin everything. And this is like the two sides of that Ubisoft has, and it's not. And that's why I was like, not really. I was a bit optimistic about Ubisoft, but I'm like, I'm not gonna give them the way out just for Black Flag Resynced, which is basically a guaranteed win, which they still have the potential to mess up. With Ubisoft, it does have the possibility to be cancelled because apparently the game just isn't fun. And what's it with these games and playtests not being fun, man? I guess it is really difficult to make a live service game. But they keep going for the trends, and it's probably why it's not really working. And there's a comment on this that said the game probably started in 2021 when Fall Guys was popping off, and it's just taking them too long to develop it. Now even Fall Guys is quite dead, even from the acquisition of Epic Games. So I just thought I'd mention this, like, as Invictus hasn't really been talked about, and it's supposed to come this year, but this is just speculation, so we'll just have to see how this develops. Next! Hey, the next story is that Asher Sharma is bringing colleagues from the AI division of Microsoft to Xbox. And you may be thinking, even more people from AI. But it's quite common for these new CEOs to bring people that they can trust from where they worked before, as they know how they work, and then they can also trust them and know where their skills are. So I wouldn't be too wary about it being people from AI, as these are people she can trust, and she probably just wants to make an impact as quick as possible. But also, like, you may be thinking, it's going to just focus on AI now. But recently, something that they've announced, which was quite surprising, they're no longer going to be developing Copilot for consoles. As in March, so just quite recently, that Microsoft announced that this AI assistant will be coming to Xbox. But after it's announced, it's not going to even come to Xbox now, as she's just announced on X that development of Copilot for consoles will stop. In addition, the company will begin windowing down Copilot on mobile, as Xbox needs to move faster, deepen our connection with its community and address friction from both players and developers. Part of this shift, you'll see us begin to retire features that don't align with where we're headed. So that's actually I'm actually really happy to see them retiring Copilot already. I know it's just came out, but like, they're not going into the AI sector, which I can see them quite so easily doing. They're like fully U-turning now. And I do think Asher Sharma is listening to the community of Xbox, saying we don't want this Copilot, and it's good to say, okay, we're not going to push in this direction. And this is where her skills were. She was in the AI division of Microsoft, so this is where her expertise is in AI. And seeing her not go in that direction is really interesting to see. And honestly, I feel like she is doing really well bringing positivity back to Xbox. Obviously, I'm not going to be too blindsided that this is Xbox being back now, but I'm really liking where it's headed, and hopefully they can just build upon this. We just have to see if Xbox can be back to what it once was. Next! Okay, it's time for the quick fire. Apple has agreed to pay some iPhone buyers a collective of $250 million to enter a lawsuit accusing the company of misleading people about AI features and capabilities. And to be honest, I do see where this lawsuit was, that they said with the new iPhone that it's going to be built on AI intelligence, which is interesting as that is a software feature, not a hardware feature, so it's interesting that they're pushing that direction. Where being accused of misleading comes from, because they announced this feature and it's not even really been implemented still, as this was with the iPhone 15 and 16, so a couple years ago, and they still haven't really implemented that. More on Apple, as according to Bloomberg, Apple is planning to allow third-party chatbots to power its AI features system-wide in iOS 27, iPadOS 27 and macOS 27, which is expected to happen this fall. And they will be called extensions, so it will be allow you to run Apple intelligent features like writing tools and the image playground. I wonder if this is to do with Tim Cook or the new Apple CEO, so we just have to see how this goes, and the vision for Apple. An analyst at Bank of America is recommending that GTA 6 launch at $80 to help set a new industry price standard. They said, "We think it's in Take-Two's self-interest as a publishing partner to many developers to raise the price point for the entire industry." The analyst noted that pricing GTA 6 at $70 could limit other publishers from successfully charging $80. I'm just like, what do you mean? Because GTA 6 is at $80, let's just say, it means every game can be. That means it will have to be at GTA 6 level standard. You're paying that money. I think GTA 6 can get away with being $80, $3 billion to make. So if your game could cost that, I guess, yeah, you can put it at $80. But just because GTA 6 is at $80 doesn't mean you have the right to just change the price. And I'm like, what? This is just greedy. And it's from a Bank of America. It's like, they're not even in the video game industry and they want more money. And I know publishers really want GTA 6 to be the reason that all game prices can be up, because this allows them to fuel their AAA and live service adventures. It's just like, what? GTA 6 is an anomaly. This game's going to be huge. And this game would be so hated if it isn't even worth $80. So, and it's just, yeah, I don't even know, man. It's just greed. I am curious to see what price GTA 6 actually goes for, though. Imagine they do like 60, that'd just be so goated. Okay, new artificial AI tools and capabilities from Google, Microsoft and XAI will now be tested from the US Department of Commerce before they are released to the public. The tech firms have agreed to voluntarily submit their models for testing through the Commerce Center for AI Standards and Innovation. I definitely think more testing needs to be done on these AI models, and companies have to have the strict standards. And I think governments being involved in this is probably better than not being, just to have those regulations put in place, as governments are usually quite slow to react. So having these regulations in, if they're good enough, just allows hopefully to delay the inevitable of the AI takeover. Meta is facing another class action lawsuit filed by 5 major book publishers and one author over claims the company engaged one of the most massive infringements of copyrighted materials in history. When training Islam AI models repeatedly copied their book and journal articles without permission. So Meta are facing another lawsuit. According to The Verge, Valve have imported 50 tons of game consoles in 2 days to the United States, but we still don't know when the Steam machine will launch. Last year, the SEC sued Elon Musk over the weight of his acquisition of Twitter, now X, as the department had alleged that by not disclosing he purchased more than 500 million in Twitter stocks on time in the spring of 2022. He underpaid by at least 150 million and harmed investors who sold their stock during that time. So the SEC has added that Elon Musk's, so they will settle the case by paying 1.5 million in a civil penalty without admitting wrongdoing, or requiring Musk to cover any money of the allegedly he is saved. So, not much for Elon Musk, but it's been settled with the SEC now. Fallout co-creator Tim Kaine has shared that his fear that some gamers are watching influencers so they can be handed an opinion from the online channel they're watching. Okay, so Kaine said, and many gamers don't even look to influencer reviews, they look to influencers to be told how to think about the games. So people don't form opinions from the online video, they're handed an opinion from the online channel they're watching. I feel like people are intelligent enough to come up with their own opinions. What do you guys think about this? Do you think we just copy influencers we watch? I don't know, man. And finally, Halo 2 and 3 remakes are definitely happening, claimed by a leaker, according to Rebs Gaming. So yeah, I'm really happy that we're getting something of Halo. I still can't believe what they've done to this IP, and hopefully Asher can do something about Halo. But yeah, that's at least hopefully some good news for you Halo fans. So yeah, that's this week's gaming and tech news, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Latest gaming and tech news every week. Keeping nerds up to date. Yeah, you know the rest.